What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you with another one, and this one is Angela Bishop. In this video, I will tell you exactly how I feel, how a story will progress, and how it eventually ends for Angela. And I'm going to give you all the things you missed that point in this direction. Let's do this. What up to all my thugs, nerds, freaks, and geeks? You're now rocking with the best of Don Tony Teflon. If you can, please subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. As always, 500 is the like goal. If we hit that like goal, I will give away a t-shirt to a subscriber who leaves a comment on this video. And the last video did hit that threshold, so we will be giving away one to a subscriber this week. I will post the winner in the next video. Hopefully I could post two winners, so let's try to get this video to 500. All right, Angela Bishop, let's not waste any more time. So in order to understand where they're going with this character, I think we have to look back. If you see, earlier Dexter was in the big city of Miami. Now he's in small town New York. It was hot down there. It's cold up there. So everything that they're trying to show you is the polar opposite. The Miami Police Department had all the resources in the world. And even though they had all of these resources and all these help, they had FBI people come down there and help them. Even though they had all that help, Dexter was still able to get away with doing everything he wanted to do. Now, yes, he did set things up by being the blood spatter expert, so he did have a little bit of help, but basically he was able to evade all of those police. In contrast, now he's in a small town. They don't have a lot of resources. They don't have a lot of police officers. In fact, when his girlfriend was doing the do with him, she had to answer the call. The chief had to answer the call and leave doing the do because there was no one else to do it. They also tried to set this up when he killed the first person and he seen the blood spatter expert and he looked at him and he wasn't impressed, but the guy was very impressive. So I think that's what they're trying to say, that Dexter was able to elude all those police, but in the end, the small town is going to be his downfall, and it's going to come from the Deb lookalike. And yes, she does look just like Deb. Let's not lie about that. And I'm going to tell you exactly how that comes into play in a little bit. So when we look at Chief Bishop, we have to see what her motivations were in life. So she was motivated to become a cop because her friend was kidnapped or went missing, and she believed that her friend was kidnapped. That was her driving force to go and become a cop and become eventually chief of this small town. In the synopsis for this upcoming episode, it says that her and Molly take a trip down to New York City, and during that trip, something makes them think about somebody from the town that is highly respected in a different light. Now, this is the scene that we see her say, "Wouldn't it be ironic, or how would it be crazy if you slept next to around a serial killer the whole time?" It's that scene. I believe that they're in New York City. That's why we see the guy with the lanyard around his neck. So that means it could be only two people, either the billionaire or Kurt. It's not going to be anything else, and that's going to be directly related to the girls going missing. Now, the billionaire to me is still in play. Kurt is definitely involved. We've seen him bag the last girl up, so we know that he's involved. Now, whether he's just doing it himself, which is a great possibility that it's just Kurt doing it alone, but it's also a great possibility that he's working for the billionaire and the billionaire is the one doing this, or it's some type of clique. We'll find out later as the season goes on, but I still think both of those factors are in play. Now, I believe that Molly will help her expose this ring, and she will bring them all to justice. She may find this girl alive, I don't know, but she'll be able to bring them in justice. If we looked at the trailer that was released, we do see her going down into the cellar. So there's no doubt that she will expose this ring, and Molly's going to be the one to help her. But a story just can't end there, because if it did, it would just not be enough. So as I said before, she was motivated to become a cop because her friend went missing. We can see right now who her new friend is. Her new friend is Molly. You see them sharing drinks. They went to New York City together. That's her homegirl. That's her people. And I'm telling you, Molly is going to get got. And this is what's going to drive her in the end to find exactly what happened to Molly. I think it's going to try to be blamed on Kurt and say that, oh, Molly went missing like the other girls went missing. But I think she's going to prove to be a better detective than those big city detectives. You know why? Because she's going to be emotionally invested in this case. Her new friend who helped her solve the case of her old friend Iris is now gone missing, can't find her. She's definitely going to be involved, and that's what's going to motivate her to go on and figure out exactly who did this. When Dexter's son slashed that kid, he did it the exact same way that the Trinity killer killed his victim. I think that she's going to know that. She's going to figure that out, whether Molly tells her before she goes missing, and that's going to be a clue to her that something's going on with Dexter. Now, this brings me back to her looking just like Deb. Any cop that has gotten too close to Dexter and figuring out everything about him has died in the past. Whether it was Dokes was the first person who died in the past, although not by Dexter's hand because he was trying to stick to the code. But we know that the first thing in the code is not to get caught. So he's not going to get caught. He's going to do whatever he has to do not to get caught. But I think what's going to happen is he's going to have to violate this code. And when he does violate this code, this is what's going to lead him to get caught. Now, when Dexter goes to kill Estrada, he says that he will let him free if he calls LaGuardia and lures her to the container. And we know that that was a ruse because Dexter planned on killing Estrada and LaGuardia. Now, while they wait, Estrada tells Dexter that his mother was a snitch and it was her or me. At that time, Dexter stabs Estrada in the chest, killing the last of his mother's murderers. Dexter then plans on shooting LaGuardia when she arrives in Estrada to make them look like they both killed each other. Unexpectedly, Deborah shows up on the scene and tries to stop Dexter from killing LaGuardia. However, Deborah herself ends up killing LaGuardia, which leaves her dealing with emotional trauma. And that's why I'm telling you that the look of this girl to look like Deb is very important. Because I can see this exact type situation playing out with her. But unlike Deb, who made the wrong choice, I think that this girl will make the right choice. And she may wind up taking Dexter out or getting Dexter captured. She could find out that Dexter had something to do with Molly's death. She can go to try to arrest Dexter for it, but get intercepted by Harrison. And then Harrison have her on the table ready to take her out. But Dexter, not wanting to do it, can fight Harrison, and then somehow she wakes up, sees Dexter fighting Harrison, and then takes out Dexter. And that's how Harrison survives, and she doesn't realize that Harrison had anything to do with it at all. In the end, no doubt, I believe there has to be a choice that has to be made, because that's what it came down to in the end when dealing with Deb. She had a choice that had to be made at that time, and she picked her brother over LaGuardia, which was the wrong choice. I think this woman is going to have a choice to be made, and I think that's why they have her looking like Deb, not just for sexual purposes. I think this is the reason why. This small town cop, Dexter was able to avoid all the big time cops in Miami, but in the end, he gets brought down by this small town cop. Now, if this is how Dexter goes out, you can still consider this being him dying by Harrison's hand, because this will have something to do with Harrison. He will be fighting with Harrison, and his choice would be he needs to kill his son, but he's not going to be able to do it. We've seen him already take out his brother. We've seen him take Deb and put her to rest, but I think when it comes down to it, he's not going to be able to kill his son. And this is what's going to allow somehow her to get the upper hand on him, and she's going to make the right call, and I think that she's going to shoot and take Dexter out. So it will be her taking her out, but he would still be dying at Harrison's hand. This then sets up Harrison still as the hero and sets him up to continue in the series and Dexter to come back as his dark passenger and still be in the series that way. She gets this big promotion because she solved the murder mystery of this big serial killer, the Bay Harbor butcher who killed all these people. So she gets promoted. Everything looks rosy, and then you go into the next season of Dexter New Blood as Harrison as the killer. I think that's how it might play out. As always, these are my theories. Please check out my other Final Twist videos and you will see exactly how I arrived at a lot of these conclusions. Check out how I arrived at the Molly video, the Harrison video, and the Dexter video. And we are not done. We still have a bunch of characters that we need to talk about, and I'm going to tell you how I think it's going to end for those. Again, if this video hits 500 likes, we will give away a Dexter t-shirt to a subscriber who leaves a comment. So let's get that done, people. Again, thank you for the support you've been showing me on my videos, the comments, the likes. It's really helped out. I really feel appreciated, and I can't wait to make a new video. I'm gonna keep spamming you with videos as much as I can. So definitely subscribe to this channel if you're looking for Dexter content. Let me know in the comment section your theories, how you think it's going to end for Angela Bishop. Let's talk about it in the comment section. That's what it's meant for. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.